every night, about 2,000 people here in Albuquerque sleep out on the streets. Many of them are what are known as chronically homeless folks. So we ask, how can they become stabilized? Is that even an option? Well, today we are talking with a very special program. It's called Heading Home, Albuquerque Heading Home. Here to tell us more about this is Dennis Plummer, CEO of Heading Home. Thanks very much for coming in, Dennis.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, it's a kind of a sobering statistic. 2,000 people in Albuquerque sleep on the streets every night. Big problem here. So let's talk about, first off, what is Albuquerque Heading Home?
Albuquerque Heading Home aims to house those who have been most chronically homeless and also have terminal illness in their life.
Okay.
So we're going for the most needy and placing them into housing right
Okay.
away.
Yeah, because there are different types of, I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but there are, some folks who are homeless who perhaps have some sort of shelter, but they're still considered homeless.
Right.
We're talking about those who have other issues.
And these are the
issues.
most needy. So these have been people who have been chronically homeless for 20 years on average.
Okay.
We really aim to prioritize the resources to the most needy first rather than those who are first in the door. So we have now seen that average drop to about 6 years, the people that we're now housing, because we've housed a lot of people since we've begun.
Yeah, and you guys really begun what, in 2011? Not
Correct.
that long ago. Albuquerque Heading Home has been here established since 2011. How does it work? I understand there's a lot of organizations and people that make this happen.
That's right. Heading Home, our organization, is only the backbone organization behind a huge community-wide collaboration of agencies.
Okay.
These include things like Project Share, First Nations, Healthcare for the Homeless. The City of Albuquerque, as you know, is a major supporter. St. Martin's, all of these agencies come together to, again, prioritize our resources to the most needy, and targeting, we think, is actually more strategic given the limited resources that we have.
Dennis, what are you guys seeing in terms of what the main contributor to homelessness is here in our community?
It's complex. Like your story for housing is different than my story for housing. People who don't have homes have various stories as well.
Sure.
And there is a trifecta among kind of three things. The access to affordable housing is critical. Healthcare costs, although that is changing, and thirdly our living wages. And when those three things come together, if you add a mental illness or any other challenge, it becomes very challenging to stay housed.
Gosh, leading into why it's so important for a city like the city of Albuquerque to develop such a program, or to continue to support such a program.
Right. And our tagline is the smart way to do the right thing. And so we've shown through an independent study that it's actually 31% cheaper to house people than it is to keep them on the street.
Wow.
31%. So your tax dollar and my tax dollars, we pay 30% more to keep people on our streets. So we think it's smart. Not only is it the right thing, humanitarian thing, but it's also a smart move for the city and our community.
How can people get involved?
It's very easy. We take anyone's skill level and interest, and we find a fit. If you go to abqheadinghome.org, follow us on Facebook. It's very active. You can follow me on Twitter, and you'll see almost daily updates of ways to get involved, from moving furniture to partnering with our new neighbors, just giving them support, having dinner together. There are a lot of ways. It takes a whole community.
It really does. I think that's the bottom line here. It takes a whole community to solve this problem. Sure. Dennis, thank you so much for coming in. Dennis Plummer with Heading Home. For more information, by the way, head to our website, casa.com. Click on the Casa Club. We have a link directly to that website.